What's up, guys? Tyler here, back with week 3. It is already. It seems to be flying by. It's going to be my week 3 picks. Last week, probably the worst week I've ever had picking, ever. Just nothing seemed to go right. I ended up 5-11, which is laughable. That brings my overall record to 14-18 this year. So 4 games under 500. I'm looking to improve, get back up over 500 this week. I'm looking to have a great week, so I'm going to get going with my picks. Thursday night's game, the Giants are at home playing against the Redskins. The Redskins, with the way the NFC East is, looks like they can contend with Romo being gone for Dallas, Dez being gone for Dallas, the Eagles not looking very good, and the Giants not being able to hold a lead in the fourth quarter. Kirk Cousins has looked very good. The Redskins actually played a heck of a game this last week. I was very impressed. The Giants should technically be 2-0, but they can't, like I mentioned, they can't hold on to a fourth quarter lead. 2 tough losses. Although this is one of those coin toss games for me right off the bat. Although I could see the Redskins winning this one, I'm going to take the Giants at home to go to get their first win, go 1-2 on the year. Hang in the NFC race for now, the NFC East race. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Giants to win. The next game I got is Atlanta at Dallas. Atlanta off to 2-0, Dallas 2-0. Could be a great game. Dan Quinn, the coach for the Falcons, I believe it's Dan Quinn, the defensive coordinator from the Seahawks. I just can't think of the name right now. He has the Falcons off to a great start, playing pretty decent defense, and the offense, Julio Jones is just unstoppable. And Dallas, they are a very talented team. I do like Dallas a lot, but with Brandon Weeden in, you know, if you'd have Dez to throw to, you'd say, okay, well, that's not bad, but there's no Dez Bryant either. So I'm going to take Atlanta to get this one on the road to go 3-0, which I don't think anybody saw it coming, but I'm going to go with Atlanta. Next up, we have Indianapolis at Tennessee. 2 weeks in a row I picked Indianapolis. 2 weeks in a row they've just laid an egg. Disappointed me. What else is there to say? They played 2 very good defenses to start the year, Buffalo and the Jets. And Andrew Luck has just looked like a lost quarterback. I do not understand what is going on. Tennessee won week 1. This last week they played Cleveland and lost. They're an average team. I'm going to go with the Colts again. I'm going to go one more week. They are not going to go 0-3. I know I said last week they're not going to go 0-2, but I'm going to go with the Colts to get back on some sort of track and win this one in Tennessee. I'm going to have them Colts win. The next game, we have Oakland and Cleveland. I had this game picked. I had Cleveland going to get the win at home, but I'm hearing now that Josh McCown will be the starter if he's healthy, and I do not believe in Josh McCown at all. The guy is a career backup. He has no business starting in this league. And I'm going to go with Oakland. Derek Carr, Amari Cooper, that young offense looked good last week after I bashed on them and said they weren't that great of a team, but I'm going to go with Oakland on the road here. I switched this pick when I saw that McCown's probably going to start. So, I mean, Manziel isn't the greatest quarterback, but I do think he is better for that team than McCown is. So I'm going to go with Oakland to go on the road and get a win. Next up, we have Baltimore and Cincinnati. Baltimore is at home. 2-0 Cincinnati against 0-2 the Ravens. I could very well see Cincinnati winning this game. But here's another situation where I can't see the Ravens going 0-3. I just can't. Harbaugh, I think, will get the team on track, and I think the Ravens will pull out the win. I'm probably going to be kicking myself again because I picked against Cincinnati last week, and they beat the Chargers, and maybe I'll learn my lesson at some point, but this week I'm going to go with the Ravens getting a big win at home to go 1-2. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're going to go next game. This one's going to could be blowout of the week. I don't have this one as my blowout of the week. That one will be up later, but right now I'm going to say it's Jacksonville and New England. at New England. Tom Brady has that team playing mad. Tom Brady is mad for what happened to him with the Deflategate situation, and Jacksonville they're still a team that's trying to find its legs in the league, and they got a great win last week against the Dolphins, but the Patriots aren't the Dolphins. I see this game getting out of control early. We might even see Jimmy Garoppolo at some point for the Patriots. I see another huge game for Brady. I see another huge game for Gronk. I'm going to say the Patriots win big at home. Next game, we have New Orleans at Carolina. This one for me, I want to take New Orleans to win, but I'm hearing lots of things now about Drew Brees and his rotator cuff. Will he play? Won't he play? Is there a tear in it? Is there not? But Brees has not looked good to start the season in his 2 games. He's looked like, well, he's been injured, obviously, so that is playing into a big part. I'm still not the biggest Carolina fan in the world, but I just can't pick against them at home playing against an unhealthy Drew Brees if he does play. If he was healthy and he was playing, I would take the Saints to get this win to right their ship and get back to get a win for the season. But without a healthy Brees, I'm going to take the Panthers to win a close game. I think it'll be close, but I'm going to have the Panthers winning this game by a touchdown. Up next, we have the Eagles and the Jets. The Eagles and Chip Kelly, I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what's going on, but you're not the team I thought you were. You aren't playing. I mean, everybody knows DeMarco Murray had -2 yards. Well, the rushing game, it's just crazy. I don't know what to say about the Eagles, but I just don't know. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not a big Chip Kelly fan. He's a great college coach. I don't think he fits in the professional league. But I do, and the Jets going 2-0 have played very solid defense, and the offense with Ryan Fitzpatrick has done just enough to win these games for these guys. I want to pick the Jets to win this game, see them be a surprise 3-0 team, but I'm going to go with Philadelphia one more week. I've picked them the last 2. I'm going to go one more week with these guys before I totally give up hope. I'm going to say Philadelphia goes on the road and gets a must-win game against the Jets. So I'm going to say Philadelphia. The next game we have, Tampa Bay at Houston. This is another coin toss game for me. Ryan Mallett, he played a decent game for Houston. Jameis Winston and Tampa played a pretty good game in New Orleans against the Saints, who just can't seem to get on track. Tampa, it was a tale of 2 weeks. First week they looked terrible. Second week they looked all right. So I just don't know what to do with these guys yet. I'm going to say Houston gets their first win of the season this coming week. It's in Houston. J.J. Watt, I think, will play a big difference, have a few sacks in this game. I'm going to go with Houston getting the win. Next up, we have San Diego at Minnesota. The Vikings, I thought were going to go 0-2. I picked Detroit last week. They proved me wrong. They're playing at home against the Chargers. I don't really know what to say. Peterson had his moments in that game where he looked decent. He did look pretty good, but he had a few fumbles. It seems to me like he's starting to get tackled a little bit easier. He used to run like a man possessed and not let anybody bring him down, but from what I saw, it looked like he was starting to go down a little easier. I'm going to say the Chargers get a big win here on the road. I'm a Charger. I don't know why. I'm a Charger bandwagoner too, but Minnesota being in the same division with the Packers, they need these wins, and at home they could get the win, but I'm going to go with the Chargers getting this win. Up next, Pittsburgh at St. Louis. St. Louis, I don't know what to think of you yet. You went out and played a great game against the Seahawks week 1 to get the win, and then you laid an egg against the Redskins. You're a team I just don't know about. Pittsburgh, I do know they are a pretty good team. They're a decent team. I just don't know about you, St. Louis. I would love for you to win this game. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh on the road to get this win. Until I know a little bit more about St. Louis and what they can do, I'm going to go with Big Ben, the proven quarterback, and I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. Up next, another game that could go another way is San Francisco at home against Arizona. or Arizona is the home team, excuse me. I'm going to say that the Cardinals have looked like a very good team. That defense with, the Honey Badger and Patrick Peterson, they look very good. Carson Palmer's looked great. Andre Ellington still isn't healthy. I don't know what his deal is, but Chris Johnson, being his backup, hasn't played bad. They torched a pretty bad Bears defense this last week to go to 2-0. And the 49ers played a tough game, had a big loss against the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh after, 6 days they had to rest against after beating Minnesota. I apologize. I'm going to go with Arizona getting this win at home. I'm a guy who likes to pick the home teams. If it's a coin toss, I go with the home team. So I'm going to go with Arizona getting this win. Up next, Buffalo at Miami. Miami, you looked terrible last week against the Jags. I don't know what your deal is. Joe Philbin, I think you're one of the best offensive coordinators out there. Of course, he came from the Packers, so I'm going to be fond of him. He just can't seem to get it going down in Miami. Each year it looks like they have a talented team. They looked okay the first week. They snuck out a win against the Redskins. Now they lost to the Jaguars. So I am going to say that they were playing Buffalo. Did I even say that? Buffalo coming off a tough loss to New England. They still look like a pretty good team to me. They turned it on late against the Patriots, gave them a bit of a scare. This game is in Miami. We're going to see how Buffalo plays away from Buffalo. I'm going to go with the Bills to get this win over the Dolphins, and where the Dolphins go from here, I'm not sure. Here comes my blowout of the week. Chicago Bears at Seattle. Seattle's 0-2, and they're a dang good team. They are going to get things turned around, and this is the week that it starts for them. The Bears are going to be without Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler injured himself in the most Jay Cutler way. After throwing an interception trying to make a tackle, he injures himself. It's just a Jay Cutler thing. So now Jimmy Clausen's going to get the start. Jimmy Clausen is another one of those guys. He's a career backup. He shouldn't be starting in this league, and it's going to be showing why against Seattle's defense. Seattle's still going through the thing with Cam Chancellor. He's out, but even without him, I see Seattle winning this game huge in their home opener. Going to 1-2 and getting the thing right back on track for them. I see this game being possibly a 31-7 game. I think it's going to be a blowout, and I'm going to go with Seattle to win this game. Second to last game, or first to last, I don't know how you want to say it. The Sunday night game is Denver at Detroit. Detroit looked, their offensive line is just, it doesn't seem like they want to block for Stafford. He doesn't have time to throw passes. Amir Abdullah is starting to look, well, again, that goes off the offensive line. I don't know, and I'm hearing reports that not a lot of people on this team like Stafford, trust Stafford, so they're not standing up for him, and it shows in the play, if that is the case, that he's getting hit and knocked on his butt every play, almost, and he's hurting into this game. They don't even know if he's going to play for sure. Even with him, I think they get a loss on Sunday night against Denver. Peyton Manning, the offense still didn't look great against the Chiefs this last Thursday, but they have 10 days rest, which is basically a mini bye in there. The offense did that last 2 minutes against the Chiefs, finally get it going on Thursday night, and they looked great. And the defense played well all game for them. And like I said, they have the extra 3 days rest, so I'm going to go with Denver going into Detroit, taking Detroit to 3-0. Denver's going to get the win, go to 3-0. Yeah, they will be 3-0. And last but not least, it's my game. We got Kansas City coming in to Green Bay to play the Packers on a Monday night game. This game I could see being a bit of a dogfight. The Chiefs are a pretty talented team. Jamal Charles, Alex Smith, and the Chiefs defense everybody knows about. Could give them a bit of a run, give the Packers a bit of a run for a while. But the way that the Packers' run defense played from week 1 to week 2 blew me away. They looked terrible against Matt Forte, and then I think Lynch, they held him to like 41 yards, which is amazing to do against beast mode. The run defense, they played it perfectly against the Seahawks, and I expect them to do the same against Jamal Charles and the Chiefs. I don't trust Alex Smith in a shootout with Aaron Rodgers. You just can't. Aaron Rodgers will win that all day. He doesn't throw interceptions at home, and of course this game is in Lambeau on Monday night. James Jones is looking like he has been a savior for the Packers. I didn't think it was the best decision bringing him in at first when they re-signed him, but he has proved me totally wrong. And I know a lot of it is Rodgers could make me look good at receiver, but Jones has looked awesome. He's looked like he was just the piece that this offense needed when Nelson went down, and the Packers have been clicking. And Lacy, he is hobbled, but I expect him to play. I expect the defense to make more strides forward, and I expect them to win by 10. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it's going to be similar to the Seahawks game. It's going to be 34-24. That's what I'll say. It's going to be a good game. Good luck to everybody on their picks. If you read this, or if you're watching this, like, comment, subscribe, do all that. I do try to, if you have watched before, I do try to reply to you. I like talking back and forth with people. And, yeah, so enjoy this video. Good luck on your picks, and I will see you next week.